Section 6-3. Service procedures and specifications. Chassis. Specifications: checking brake fluid, checking power steering fluid, checking tire inflation pressure, tire information, types of tires, rotating tires, checking and replacing tires, installing snow tires and chains, replacing wheels, aluminum wheel precautions, and suspension and chassis. Specifications: differential, oil capacity, front 1.4 liter, 1.5 quart, 1.2 imperial quart. Rear 3.1 liter, 3.3 quart, 2.7 imperial quart. Oil type, hypoid gear oil APIGL-5. Oil viscosity, above, minus 18 degrees centigrade, 0 degree Fahrenheit, SAE 90 or SAE 85W-90. Below, minus 18 degrees centigrade, 0 degree Fahrenheit, SAE 80W or SAE 80W-90. Transfer. Oil capacity 1.4 liter, 1.5 quart, 1.2 imperial quart. Oil type, hypoid gear oil APIGL-5. Recommended oil viscosity SAE 75W-90. Automatic transmission. Fluid capacity, drain and refill up to 3.0 liter, 3.2 quart, 2.6 imperial quart. Fluid type, Toyota Genuine ATFWS. Change automatic transmission fluid only as necessary. Generally, it is necessary to change automatic transmission fluid only if your vehicle is driven under one of the special operating conditions listed in your owner's manual supplement/scheduled maintenance. When changing the automatic transmission fluid, use only Toyota Genuine ATFWS, ATFJWS 3324 or NWS 9638 to aid in assuring optimum transmission performance. Notice: using automatic transmission fluid other than Toyota Genuine ATFWS may cause deterioration in shift quality, locking up of your transmission, accompanied by vibration, and ultimately damage the automatic transmission of your vehicle. Please contact your Lexus dealer for further details. Brakes. Pedal clearance 52 mm, 2.0 inches, minutes. Minimum pedal clearance, when depressed with a force of 490 newtons, 50 kilograms force, 110 pounds force, with the engine running. Pedal free play, 1 to 6 mm, 0.04 to 0.24 inches. Brake pad wear limit, 1.0 mm, 0.04 inches. Parking brake lining wear limit, 1.0 mm, 0.04 inches. Parking brake adjustment, 5 to 7 clicks. Parking brake adjustment when pulled with a force of 196 newtons, 20 kilograms force, 44 pounds force. Fluid type, SAEJ1703 or FMVSS number 116.3. Chassis lubrication. Propeller shafts, spiders, lithium-based chassis grease, NLGI number 2. Slide yoke, molybdenum disulfide lithium-based chassis grease, NLGI number 2 or lithium-based chassis grease, NLGI number 2. Steering. Free play, less than 30 mm, 1.2 inches. Power steering fluid, automatic transmission fluid Dexron 2 or 3. Tires and wheels. Tire size, T265/65R17110S. Tire inflation pressure. Recommended cold tire inflation pressure, front, 220 kilopascals, 2.2 kilograms force/centimeters, squared or R, 32 pound per square inches. Rear, 220 kilopascals, 2.2 kilograms force/centimeters, squared or R, 32 pound per square inches. Spare, 220 kilopascals, 2.2 kilograms force/centimeters squared or R, 32 pound per square inches. Wheel size, 17x71/2JJ. Wheel nut torque, 112 Newton meters, 11.5 kilograms force meters, 83 foot-pounds. Note: for complete information on tires, for example, replacing tires or replacing wheels, see checking tire inflation pressure through aluminum wheel precautions on pages 523 through 544. Checking brake fluid. To check the fluid level, simply look at the see-through reservoir. The level should be between the max and minimum lines on the tank. It is normal for the brake fluid level to go down slightly as the brake pads wear or when the fluid level in the accumulator is high. If the reservoir needs frequent refilling, it may indicate a serious mechanical problem. If the level is low, add FMVSS number 116.3 or SAEJ 1703 brake fluid to the brake reservoir. Refilling brake fluid. Step 1. Turn the ignition switch off. Step 2. Depress the brake pedal more than 20 times until the brake pedal resistance decreases and pedal travel increases. And step 3. Remove the reservoir cap by hand. Add brake fluid up to the max line. If you do not follow the procedure above, the reservoir may overflow. Use only newly opened brake fluid. Once opened, brake fluid absorbs moisture from the air, and excess moisture can cause a dangerous loss of braking efficiency. Caution. Take care when filling the reservoir, because brake fluid can harm your hands or eyes. If fluid gets on your hands or in your eyes, flush the affected area with clean water immediately. If you still feel uncomfortable with your hands or eyes, go to the doctor. Notice. If you spill some of the fluid, be sure to wipe it off to prevent it from damaging the parts or paintwork. Checking power steering fluid. The power steering fluid reservoir is located under the right side engine compartment cover. Before checking the power steering fluid, remove the cover. For details, see removing the engine compartment covers on page 495. Check the fluid level. Simply look at the see-through reservoir. If necessary, add automatic transmission fluid X-Run 2 or 3. If the vehicle has been driven around 80 km per hour, 50 miles per hour, for 20 minutes, a little more in frigid temperatures, the fluid is hot, 60 degrees centigrade to 80 degrees centigrade or 140 degrees Fahrenheit to 175 degrees Fahrenheit. You may also check the level when the fluid is cold, about room temperature, 10 degrees centigrade to 30 degrees centigrade or 50 degrees Fahrenheit to 85 degrees Fahrenheit, if the engine has not been run for about 5 hours. 1. If cold, okay. 2. If cold, add. 3. If hot, okay. And 4. If hot, add. Clean all dirt off the reservoir and look at the fluid level. If the fluid is cold, the level should be in the cold range. Similarly, if it is hot, the fluid level should be in the hot range. If the level is at the low side of the appropriate range, add automatic transmission fluid X-Run 2 or 3 to bring the level within the range. To remove the reservoir cap, turn it counterclockwise and lift up. To reinstall it, turn it clockwise. After replacing the reservoir cap, visually check the steering box case, vane pump and hose connections for leaks or damage. Caution. The reservoir may be hot, so be careful not to burn yourself. Notice. Avoid overfilling or the power steering could be damaged. When adding the power steering fluid, avoid spilling it. The generator under the power steering reservoir could be damaged if fluid is spilled on it. Checking tire inflation pressure. The recommended cold tire inflation pressures, tire sizes and the combined weight of occupants and cargo vehicle capacity weight are described on page 520 and 564. They are also described on the tire unloading information label shown. You should check the tire inflation pressure every 2 weeks or at least once a month. And do not forget the spare. The following instructions for checking tire inflation pressure should be observed. The pressure should be checked only when the tires are cold. If your vehicle has been parked for at least 3 hours and has not been driven for more than 1.5 kilometers or 1 mile since, you will get an accurate cold tire inflation pressure reading. If you cannot adjust the tire pressure when the tires are cold, add 20 kilopascals, 0.2 kilograms force/centimeters squared or 2.9 pound per square inches to 30 kilopascals, 0.3 kilograms force/centimeters squared or 4.3 pound per square inches more to the front tires and rear tires than the cold tire pressure, but never exceed the maximum cold tire pressure molded on the tire sidewall. Always use a tire pressure gauge. The appearance of a tire can be misleading. Besides, tire inflation pressures that are even just a few pounds off can degrade handling and ride. Do not bleed or reduce tire inflation pressure after driving. It is normal for the tire inflation pressure to be higher after driving. Never exceed the vehicle capacity weight. Passengers and luggage weight should be located so that the vehicle is balanced. Inspection and adjustment procedure. 1. Tire valve and 2. Tire pressure gauge. Step 1. Remove the tire valve cap. Step 2. Press the tip of the tire pressure gauge to the tire valve. Step 3. Read the pressure using the graduations of the gauge. Step 4. In case the tire inflation pressure is not within the prescribed range, insert the compressed air from the valve. In case of applying too much air, press the center of the valve and release the air to adjust. Step 5. After completing the tire inflation pressure measurement and adjustment, apply soapy water to the valve and check for leakage. And step 6. Install the tire valve cap. If a gauge and air pump are not available, have your vehicle checked by your Lexus dealer. Caution. Be sure to reinstall the tire valve caps. Without the valve caps, dirt or moisture could get into the valve core and cause air leakage. If the caps have been lost, have new ones put on as soon as possible. Notice. Use only the original valve cap. If any other valve cap is used, it may corrode or melt and become difficult or impossible to remove. Incorrect tire inflation pressure may waste fuel, reduce the comfort of driving, reduce tire life and make your vehicle less safe to drive. If a tire frequently needs refilling, have it checked by your Lexus dealer. Caution. Keep your tires properly inflated. Otherwise, the following conditions may occur and cause an accident resulting in death or serious injuries. Low tire pressure under inflation. Excessive wear. Uneven wear. Poor handling. Possibility of blowouts from an overheated tire. Poor sealing of the tire bead. Wheel deformation and slash or tire separation. And a greater possibility of tire damage from road hazards. High tire pressure over inflation. Poor handling. Excessive wear. Uneven wear. And a greater possibility of tire damage from road hazards. Tire information. Tire symbols. The illustration indicates typical tire symbols. 1. Tire size. For details, see tire size on page 529. 2. Dot and tire identification number 10. For details, see dot and tire identification number 10 on page 529. 3. Location of the tread wear indicators. For details, see checking and replacing tires on page 538. 4. Tire ply composition and materials. Plies mean a layer of rubber, coated parallel cords. Cords mean the strands forming the plies in the tire. 5. Radial tires or bias ply tires. A radial tire has radial on the sidewall. A tire not marked with radial is a bias ply tire. 6. Tubeless or tube type. A tubeless tire does not have a tube inside the tire. A tube-type tire has a tube inside the tire and the tube maintains the air pressure. 7. Load limit at maximum cold tire inflation pressure. For details, see checking and replacing tires on page 538. 8. Maximum cold tire inflation pressure. This means the pressure to which a tire may be inflated. For details about recommended cold tire inflation pressure, see specifications on page 518. 9. Uniform tire quality grading. For details, see uniform tire quality grading that follows. And 10. Summer tire or all-season tire. An all-season tire has M+S on the sidewall. The tire not marked with M+S is a summer tire. For details, see types of tires on page 536. Dot and tire identification number 10. The illustration indicates typical dot and tire identification number 10. 1. Dot symbol. 2. Tire identification number 10. 3. Tire manufacturer's identification mark. 4. Tire size code. 5. Manufacturer's optional tire type code. 3 or 4 letters. 6. Manufacturing week. And 7. Manufacturing year. The dot symbol certifies that the tire conforms to applicable federal motor vehicle safety standards. Tire size. The illustration indicates typical tire size. 1. Tire use. P equals passenger car. T equals temporary use. 2. Section width in millimeters. 3. Aspect ratio. Tire height to section width. 4. Tire construction code. R equals radial. D equals diagonal. 5. Wheel diameter in inches. 6. Load index. 2 digits or 3 digits. And 7. Speed symbol. Alphabet with one letter. 1. Section width. 2. Tire height. And 3. Wheel diameter. Name of each section of tire. 1. Bead. 2. Sidewall. 3. Shoulder. 4. Tread. 5. Belt. 6. Inner liner. 7. Reinforcing rubber. 8. Carcass. 9. Rim lines. 10. Bead wires. And 11. Schaefer. Uniform tire quality grading. This information has been prepared in accordance with regulations issued by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration of the U.S. Department of Transportation. It provides the purchasers and/or prospective purchasers of Lexus vehicles with information on uniform tire quality grading. Your Lexus dealer will help answer any questions you may have as you read this information. Quality grades. All passenger car tires must conform to federal safety requirements in addition to these grades. Quality grades can be found where applicable on the tire sidewall between tread shoulder and maximum section width. For example, treadwear 200 traction AA temperature A, treadwear. The treadwear grade is a comparative rating based on the wear rate of the tire when tested under controlled conditions on a specified government test course. For example, a tire graded 150 would wear 1 to half times as well on the government course as a tire graded 100. The relative performance of tires depends upon the actual conditions of their use, however, and may depart significantly from the norm due to variations in driving habits, service practices and differences in road characteristics and climate. Traction AA, A, B, C. The traction grades, from highest to lowest, are AA, A, B and C, and they represent the tire's ability to stop on wet pavement as measured under controlled conditions, on specified government test surfaces of asphalt and concrete. A tire marked C may have poor traction performance. Warning, the traction grade assigned to this tire is based on braking, straight ahead, traction tests and does not include cornering, turning, traction. Temperature A, B, C. The temperature grades are A, the highest, B, and C, representing the tire's resistance to the generation of heat and its ability to dissipate heat when tested under controlled conditions on a specified indoor laboratory test wheel. Sustained high temperature can cause the material of the tire to degenerate and reduce tire life, and excessive temperature can lead to sudden tire failure. The grade C corresponds to a level of performance which all passenger car tires must meet under the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard number 109. Grades B and A represent higher levels of performance on the laboratory test wheel than the minimum required by law. Warning, the temperature grade for this tire is established for a tire that is properly inflated and not overloaded. Excessive speed under inflation or excessive loading, either separately or in combination, can cause heat buildup and possible tire failure. Glossary of tire terminology. Tire-related item and meaning. Accessory weight, the combined weight, in excess of those standard items, which may be replaced, of automatic transmission, power steering, power brakes, power windows, power seats, radio, and heater, to the extent that these items are available as factory-installed equipment, whether installed or not. Cold tire inflation pressure when the vehicle has been parked for at least 3 hours or more, or it has not been driven more than 1.5 kilometers or 1 mile under that condition. Curb weight, the weight of a motor vehicle with standard equipment including the maximum capacity of fuel, oil, and coolant, and, if so equipped, air conditioning and additional weight optional engine. Intended outboard sidewall, A. The sidewall that contains a white wall, bears white lettering or bears manufacturer, brand, and / or model name molding that is higher or deeper than the same molding on the other sidewall of the tire, or B. The outward-facing sidewall of an asymmetrical tire that has a particular side that must always face outward when mounted on a vehicle. Maximum inflation pressure, the maximum cold inflation pressure to which a tire may be inflated, and it is shown on the sidewall of the tire. Maximum loaded vehicle weight, the sum of A. Curb weight, B. Accessory weight, C. Vehicle capacity weight, and D. Reduction options weight. Normal occupant weight, 68 kilograms, 150 pounds, times the number of occupants specified in the second column of Table 1 that follows. Occupant distribution of occupants in a vehicle as specified in the third column of Table 1 that follows. Reduction options weight. The combined weight of those installed regular reduction options weighing over 2.3 kilograms, 5 pounds, in excess of those standard items, which they replace, not previously considered in curb weight or accessory weight, including heavy-duty brakes, ride levelers, roof rack, heavy-duty battery, and special trim. Recommended inflation pressure, cold tire inflation pressure, recommended by a manufacturer. Rim, a metal support, for a tire or a tire and tube assembly upon which the tire beads are seated. Rim diameter, wheel diameter, nominal diameter of the bead seat. Rim size designation, rim diameter and width. Rim type designation, the industry of manufacturer's designation, for a rim, by style or code. Rim width, nominal distance between rim flanges. Vehicle capacity weight, total load capacity, the rated cargo and luggage load plus 68 kilograms, 150 pounds, times the vehicle's designated seating capacity. Vehicle maximum load on the tire, the load on an individual tire that is determined by distributing to each axle a share of the maximum loaded vehicle weight and dividing by 2. Vehicle normal load on the tire, the load on an individual tire that is determined by distributing to each axle a share of the curb weight, accessory weight, and normal occupant weight, distributed in accordance with Table 1 that follows, and dividing by 2. On weather side, the surface area of the rim not covered by the inflated tire. Table 1. Occupant loading and distribution, for vehicle normal load, for various designated seating capacities. Designated seating capacity, number of occupants, vehicle normal load, number of occupants, and occupant distribution in a normally loaded vehicle. 2 through 4. 2. 2 in front. 5 through 10. 3. 2 in front, 1 in second seat. Types of tires. Determine what kind of tires your vehicle is originally equipped with. 1. Summer tires. Summer tires are high-speed capability tires best suited to highway driving under dry conditions. Since summer tires do not have the same traction performance as snow tires, summer tires are inadequate for driving on snow-covered or icy roads. For driving on snow-covered or icy roads, we recommend using snow tires. If installing snow tires, be sure to replace all 4 tires. And 2. All-season tires. All-season tires are designed to provide better traction in snow and to be adequate for driving in most winter conditions, as well as for use all year round. All-season tires, however, do not have adequate traction performance compared with snow tires in heavy or loose snow. Also, all-season tires fall short in acceleration and handling performance compared with summer tires in highway driving. The details about how to distinguish summer tires from all-season tires are described on page 527. Caution. Do not mix summer and all-season tires on your vehicle as this can cause dangerous handling characteristics, resulting in loss of control. Do not use tires other than the manufacturer's designated tires, and never mix tires or wheels of the sizes different from the originals. Rotating tires. To equalize tire wear and help extend tire life, Lexus recommends that you rotate your tires according to the maintenance schedule. For scheduled maintenance information, please refer to the owner's manual supplement/scheduled maintenance. However, the most appropriate timing for tire rotation may vary according to your driving habits and road surface conditions. The wheel assemblies must be rotated as illustrated above. When rotating tires, check for uneven wear and damage. Abnormal wear is usually caused by incorrect tire pressure, improper wheel alignment, out of balance wheels, or severe braking. Before storing radial, snow or studded tires, mark the direction of rotation and be sure to install them in the same direction when using them again. Tires should be stored in a cool, dry place. Checking and replacing tires. When to replace your tires. 1. New tread. 2. Tread wear indicator. And 3. Worn tread. Replace the tires when the tread wear indicator show. The location of the tread wear indicators as shown by the marks such as TWI or delta marks, etc., molded on the sidewall of each tire. The tires on your Lexus have built-in tread wear indicators to help you know when the tires need replacement. When the tread depth wears to 1.6 millimeters, 0.06 inches, or less, the indicators will appear. If you can see the indicators in two or more adjacent grooves, the tire should be replaced. The effectiveness of snow tires is lost if the tread wears down below 4 millimeters, 0.16 inches. If you have tire damage such as cuts, splits, cracks deep enough to expose the fabric, or bulges indicating internal damage, the tire should be replaced. If a tire often goes flat or cannot be properly repaired due to the size or location of a cut or other damage, it should be replaced. If you are not sure, consult with your Lexus dealer. If air loss occurs while driving, do not continue driving. Driving even a short distance can damage a tire beyond repair. Any tires which are over 6 years old must be checked by a qualified technician even if damage is not obvious. Tires deteriorate with age even if they have never or seldom been used. This applies also to the spare tire and tires stored for future use. Tire selection. When replacing a tire, use a tire of the same size and construction and the same or greater load capacity as the originally installed tires. Also, all the tires must be the same brand and have the same tread patterns. Using any other size or type of tire may seriously affect handling, ride, speedometer/odometer calibration, ground clearance, and clearance between the body and tires or snow chains. Check that the maximum load of the replaced tire is greater than 1.5 of the gross axle weight ratings, GAWR, of either the front axle or the rear axle, whichever is greater. As for the maximum load of the tire, see the load limit at maximum cold tire inflation pressure mentioned on the sidewall of the tire, and as for the gross axle weight ratings, GAWR, see the certification label. For details about certification label on sidewall of the tire, see pages 492 and 527. Caution. Observe the following instructions. Otherwise, an accident may occur resulting in death or serious injuries. Do not mix radial, bias belted, or bias ply tires on your vehicle as this may cause dangerous handling characteristics resulting in loss of control. Do not use tires other than the manufacturer's recommended size as this may cause dangerous handling characteristics resulting in loss of control. Do not use tires of different brands, sizes, construction or tread patterns as this may cause dangerous handling characteristics resulting in loss of control. Installing snow tires and chains. When to use snow tires or chains. Snow tires or chains are recommended when driving on snow or ice. On wet or dry roads, conventional or radial tires provide better traction than snow or studded tires. Snow tire selection. If you need snow tires, select tires of the same size, construction and load capacity as the originally installed tires. Also, all the tires must be the same brand and have the same tread patterns. Do not use tires other than stated above. Since your vehicle has radial tires as original equipment, make sure your snow tires also have radial construction. Do not install studded tires without first checking local regulations for possible restrictions. Caution. Observe the following instructions. Otherwise, an accident may occur resulting in death or serious injuries. Do not use snow tires other than the manufacturer's recommended size as this may cause dangerous handling characteristics resulting in loss of control. Do not use snow tires of different brands, sizes, construction or tread patterns as this may cause dangerous handling characteristics resulting in loss of control. Snow tire installation. Snow tires should be installed on all wheels. Installing snow tires on the rear wheels only can lead to an excessive difference in road grip capability between the front and rear tires, which could cause loss of vehicle control. Caution. Do not drive with the snow tires incorrectly inflated. Never drive over 105 km per hour, 65 miles per hour with any type of snow tires. Tire chain selection. 1. Side chain and 2. Cross chain. Use the tire chains of correct size. For T265/65R17 tires, use the following type chains. A. Diameter of side chain 5.0 millimeters, 0.20 inches. B. Width of side chain 18.0 millimeters, 0.71 inches. C. Length of side chain 46.0 millimeters, 1.81 inches. D. Width of cross chain 22.6 millimeters, 0.89 inches. E. Length of cross chain 38.1 millimeters, 1.5 inches. And F. Diameter of cross chain 6.3 millimeters, 0.25 inches. Regulations regarding the use of tire chains vary according to location or type of road. Always check local regulations before installing chains. Notice: if the wrong combination of tire and chain is used, the chains could damage the vehicle body. Chain installation. Install the chains on the rear tires as tightly as possible. Do not use tire chains on the front tires. Retighten chains after driving 0.5 to 1.0 kilometers, 1.25 to 1.5 mile. When installing chains on your tires, carefully follow the instructions of the chain manufacturer. Caution: do not exceed 50 kilometers per hour, 30 miles per hour, or the chain manufacturer's recommended speed limit, whichever is lower. Drive carefully, avoiding bumps, holes, and sharp turns, which may cause the vehicle to bounce. Avoid sharp turns or locked wheel braking, as use of chains may adversely affect vehicle handling. When driving with chains installed, be sure to drive carefully. Slow down before entering curves to avoid losing control of the vehicle. Otherwise, an accident may occur. Notice: when jacking up or installing tire chains, be sure to turn off the rear height control air suspension with a height control off switch and stop the engine. Otherwise, the vehicle height may change because of the automatic leveling function, resulting in accident. Replacing wheels. When to replace your wheels. If you have wheel damage such as bending, cracks, or heavy corrosion, the wheel should be replaced. If you fail to replace a damaged wheel, the tire may slip off the wheel or cause loss of handling control. Replacement with used wheels is not recommended, as they may have been subjected to rough treatment or high mileage and could fail without warning. Also, bent wheels, which have been straightened, may have hidden structural damage and therefore should not be used. Never use an inner tube in a leaking wheel, which is designed for a tubeless tire. Wheel selection. When replacing wheels, care should be taken to ensure that they are equivalent to those removed in load capacity, diameter, rim width, and offset. Correct replacement wheels are available at your Lexus dealer. A wheel of a different size or type may adversely affect handling, wheel and bearing life, brake cooling, speedometer/odometer calibration, stopping ability, headlight aim, bumper height, vehicle ground clearance, and tire or snow chain clearance to the body and chassis. Caution: observe the following instructions. Otherwise, an accident may occur, resulting in death or serious injuries. Do not use wheels other than the manufacturer's recommended size, as this may cause dangerous handling characteristics, resulting in loss of control. Do not use wheels of different brands, sizes, and types, as this may cause dangerous handling characteristics, resulting in loss of control. Aluminum wheel precautions. When installing aluminum wheels, check that the wheel nuts are tight after driving your vehicle the first 1,600 kilometers, 1,000 miles. If you have rotated, repaired, or changed your tires, check that the wheel nuts are still tight after driving 1,600 kilometers, 1,000 miles. When using tire chains, be careful not to damage the aluminum wheels. Use only Lexus wheel nuts and wrench, designed for your aluminum wheels. When balancing your wheels, use only Lexus balance weights or equivalent and a plastic or rubber hammer. As with any wheel, periodically check your aluminum wheels for damage. If damaged, replace immediately. Suspension and chassis. Caution: do not modify the suspension/chassis with lift kits, spacers, springs, etc. It can cause dangerous handling characteristics, resulting in loss of control.